Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make Mr. Bean's house from the show Mr. Bean, the animated series. I have actually made this house a couple of times before, however this one is special. This version is mini-city friendly, is easier to follow, and on this occasion, we have done our absolute best to make the entire inside of the house as well as the outside. Please do remember that with cartoon houses, it's not always possible to fit every single little detail into a build, as quite often cartoon houses aren't really designed at the same scale as you can build it in Minecraft. So we have had to make some sacrifices. Unfortunately, we don't have every single one of the rooms that you would see in the show, but I have tried my absolute best. This is especially difficult considering that Mr. Bean lives in a flat, which means we only have one floor of this house to stuff absolutely everything that we can inside. But regardless, I have tried my best and I hope that you guys enjoy it. If you have a suggestion on what I should make next, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what that is, whether it is a cartoon build like this one or something from real life, a movie, a video game, and let me know down below in the comment section. Consider becoming a channel member today and you will gain access to a cool avatar next to your name, some unique emojis, and access to my mini city design world containing every single build that has been added to Mini City to date. This is well over 100 builds, all chronologically ordered, Java edition only. This is the amount of space required to make Mr. Bean's house. Here are some of the materials that we will use throughout the build, and here are the rest of them. Begin by placing 9 terracotta extending up from the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Extend to the right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend forwards by 2. 1, 2. Extend right by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. First of all, we want to connect all the way down to the ground. But then we want to extend our 8th block backwards by 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, which we also want to extend all the way down to the ground as well. And then extend all the way across. We want to join back to where we very first started like this with a right angle. And then we simply want to connect this corner block down to the ground as well. Something that we can do nice and early is fill this entire wall in on the right side of the build with terracotta. The reason that we can do this is because this wall would actually join onto another house. So there's no windows in here. That'd be a little bit crazy actually if you had like a window directly into your neighbor's wall. Moving on to the back of the house, we want to extend this terracotta block to the right by 3. 1, 2, 3. We then want to place 1 on top, then place 2 light blue stained glass on top of that. 1, 2. We then want to continue extending up by 2 with terracotta. 1, 2. Left 1, place an upside down smooth quartz stairs connecting to the wall with 2 light blue stained glass on top of it, like so. We then want to extend these 2 initial glass to the right by 2 rows to create a small window. All the way over here on the right, we want to create a doorway, so we extend this terracotta to the left by 2, 1, 2, stick a dark oak door on top, and in front of the dark oak door, we simply want to place a smooth quartz stair and flare the stair left and right like that, which is a very fun sentence to say, flare the stair. Then we simply want to fill the rest of the back of the house in using terracotta, of course maneuvering around the windows and the door. Flare the stair. Moving over onto the left side of the build, we first of all want to place a row of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 terracotta extending backwards from this corner. We then want to place a light blue glass, extend down, place an upside down smooth quartz stairs underneath it, and then we can fill all of the rest of this side of the house in with terracotta. We're not doing a great job. I don't know why I said we. This is all on me. Next, we want to shape the roof a little bit. So to do this, we are going to place a row of terracotta that sits on top of this wall that is 1 row shorter on each side. We then want to do this 3 more times using the same method. So 1 row shorter on each side, we want to do 1, 2, and then 3 more layers of roof extending up to the top, like this. And then we want to apply this same pattern all the way over on this opposite side of the build. So it's actually quite a lot easier to just copy exactly what we've made on this side, on that side, onto this side. So instead of doing any sort of counting and what have you, if you just look forwards, make sure that you have made the exact same thing, we can't really go too far wrong. Which takes us onto the most complicated side of the build, the front. So first of all, we are going to extend these 3 rows of terracotta all the way down to the ground. So these are the connective rows that join the entrance and the front window area together, just like this. We are also just going to add a row of terracotta just along the inside of this area here as well. We will add a row of terracotta just extending across the bottom like this. We want to place a door, a dark oak door here, right in the middle of this empty space with a light blue stained glass on top of it. And then on top of that, a terracotta. On top of that, upside down smooth quartz stairs with 2 light blue glass on top of the stairs. And then we are just going to fill around the door in with terracotta. So just around the door and the window, we're just going to get all of this filled in nicely like so. On the left and right side of the door, we want to place smooth quartz block with smooth quartz stairs on top of those rows. We then want to join them together in the middle at the top with a smooth quartz slab row. We are then going to use smooth stone slabs to join the smooth quartz block down to the ground like this, extend these slabs 1 row forward, and then the bottom row of slabs an additional row forward like this. On the right side here, we are first of all going to connect the bottom together with a row of terracotta. We then want to place a row of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smooth quartz stair extending in front of our terracotta row, and we are going to flare the stairs on the left and right sides like this. We then want to add 2 rows of light blue glass on top of this, and then we want to do the exact same thing as we did with the smooth quartz stairs, but with mangrove stairs, like so. We will then fill next to this window in with terracotta, behind the stairs with terracotta as well, and then we will place 2 rows, well, not 2 entire rows. We will place 1 row of terracotta, then we will place an upside down smooth quartz stair here in this corner with 2 light blue glass on top, just like this. Then we will place another row of terracotta. So the reason that we have done that is because we want to leave a gap from this window and then place 1, 2, 3, 4 upside down smooth quartz stairs. And once again, we can flare the stairs on the end. We can then place 2 rows of light blue glass on top of this with mangrove stairs in the same way on top of the window. Then we will fill left and right in with terracotta. That will give us this. We are then going to shape this part of the roof as well. So the way that we will do this is by simply placing rows of terracotta that are 1 row shorter than each other just on top of the flat row of terracotta. You can see how it turns out, and this should line up with the other two tops of the roof. I think that the best way to start off is by placing the center part of the roof. So the center part of the roof is made using mangrove stairs. We're going to focus on the front of the build first of all. So this corner here, we can simply just connect the two sides of the roof together using mangrove stairs, just kind of in a nice right angle like this. That's perfect. Then we are going to come to the front right corner and we are going to do a similar thing. So the only difference here is that the rows are a lot shorter, but we still want to turn the mangrove stairs this way as we approach this side. So just place them like this. That's looking good. Okay, so then we come to the back of the build and we place a row of mangrove stairs just along the back row, and we extend the stairs across and across and across, extending all the way up. Until we have pretty much the entire center part of the roof complete. So what we would do next is place smooth quartz stairs, extending off of the ends of the mangrove stairs, just like this. So we do this on every single side that's possible. We also want to place upside down smooth quartz stairs underneath those stairs, wherever we can. And then, we'll focus on the top first. We want to place a layer of smooth quartz slab that just sits on top of the empty space that we have created. We basically just want to use it to fill in any gaps that we might have. So there's a large why is this not working? There is a large rectangular section all the way up at the top of the build, just like this, which we can just fill in with a good amount of smooth quartz slabs. And then, if we just drop down, we also want to place smooth quartz slabs underneath the end stairs here and extend them around the top of the build. So it'll look like this. We're kind of like adding a trim to the top of the wall. I don't really know how else to describe it, but it extends and connects to all of these stair sections. Just like this, and that looks perfect. We also have to add a solid block just underneath here, and we have to add a chimney. So the chimney is actually going to go right in this corner here, so we're going to remove these 4 blocks and place terracotta instead, just like so. And then the terracotta we're just going to extend up until it's a couple of rows higher than the actual roof. Maybe that high, maybe this high. It doesn't really matter too much as long as we can see it. I don't know if that's too high. We'll dabble with it, we'll see how it goes, but we'll leave it like that for now. And that's, you know what, that's actually mostly the structure of the house complete. Next step, we are going to make all of the walls and the gardens. So first of all, we will place a row of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 terracotta extending forwards from the front right hand corner of the house. We will then extend left by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We will then place a mangrove fence gate, mangrove fence, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terracotta extending left. We also want to extend up just left and right of the fence/fence gate with a smooth stone slab on top. Then we are going to extend our terracotta all the way backwards along the grid and across, and then all the way back, and this will kind of just box in our house like so. What we also want to do is line up with this window here, place a terracotta, extend the terracotta 1 row inwards, destroy in the ground, place smooth stone, and then dark oak doors on top of the smooth stone. We then want to place terracotta along our terracotta back wall, extending all the way back, across, and of course, forwards again as well. Next, we are going to create a footpath. So we are going to dig in front of our garden gate all the way forwards until we are 2 rows in front of our entrance path. We will then dig and extend across, and then remove these 3 rows leading out to the entrance just like this. And then we are going to fill all of this empty space in with smooth stone. Whilst we are digging paths, let's continue to dig backwards from our garden gate until we overhang the back of the house by 2 rows. We then want to dig all the way across and remove 2 rows in front of the house like this. And then we are going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 smooth stone like this. And then remove 2 rows from the end of our 6th and 7th blocks all the way until we hit this back wall. So that might seem a little bit confusing, but if you take a look at it, it's quite a simple little trench that we've dug. We then just want to fill all of this in with smooth stone. And we will leave the back garden for now. So, the front garden has a bunch of hedges. This is made using oak leaves, and we will first of all place a bunch of oak leaves just along the inside of the left side like this, and then along the inside this wall. However, on this left side, we do also want to raise up some more of this hedging, probably until about here, lining up with the edge of the path, like so. We also want to place some hedge here in between the door and the window, in between the window and the wall, and then there's a bunch in the front garden. Like if you just start off by kind of just placing it all the way along the inside, all the way up to the garden gate like this, and then if we kind of just raise up the center, just like so, you can be a little bit messy with it, just like this. We also have to place some orchids too, so maybe like here, and there's a bunch in the front garden as well, so just kind of like this. And then we want to remove all of the non-essential grass blocks, so basically the ones that don't have orchids, and we want to replace all of that with lime terracotta because it just matches the house a little bit nicer. And we can do the same for this little patch of grass here as well. And there we go, that's the front garden for the most part. All we've got to do now is place mangrove fence along the left and right sides of these walls. We're not going to place it along the front. And that is absolutely fantastic. That is the front garden complete. Moving on to the back garden, the first thing we will do is place a layer of leaves all the way around the edge of the garden in a horseshoe shape like this. So basically, wherever we have garden wall, we just want to have some leaves alongside it. We want to make a shed. This is all the way over in the back right corner. We place 1, 2 mangrove planks extending up from this corner. We then extend the planks forwards by 1, 2, 3 rows like this, and across the back 1, 2, 3 rows. We then extend forwards to meet the path, place a mangrove door here, and then we just want to build up all of the planks to create a box, just like this. We actually have a window in the side, so we'll actually remove this block and place a glass here instead. But for the rest of it, we just want to place mangrove slabs across the top. You could even raise it up an additional row if you wanted to, and then extend across the top if you liked. I think that probably looks a little bit better. We also want to place a row of dandelions extending from the shed all the way to this path, and then we have the joy of removing all of the rest of the grass and replacing it with lime terracotta. I often get quite a few comments asking why I would use lime terracotta rather than just leaving the grass as it is, which is a fair question. I just think that the lime terracotta looks nicer as grass. Obviously, grass is the better grass block because you can actually plant stuff in it, but the lime terracotta just looks like a mode version of the grass to me. And on top of that, it contrasts nicely with the grass, so you can actually use both of them, example here, to create a nice contrast and I think overall just a better finish. Next, we are just going to make the pavement in front of the house. This is made by removing the grass in the grid here and replacing it with smooth stone. To make the car, we will need a bit of road, which I don't have, but you probably will if you're actually building this in your city, So now that I have a bit of road, I'm going to place 1, 2 lime wool on the road and then extend it forwards 1, 2 rows. Then place glow item frames in front of these 2 front blocks with oak trapdoors flipped up along the sides of the lime wool. Then extend the back pair of lime wool upwards with glass in front, black carpet on top of the bottom lime walls and lime carpet on top of the back pair, and there we go, a really simple version of Mr. Bean's car, just to hopefully further illustrate that this is indeed Mr. Bean's house. If you would like a larger version of the car, I have made a tutorial for that. I can link it down below in the description. This is just a more mini-city friendly version. Like, this is the size of my average car in mini-city, and I can't really let Mr. Bean's car, which is even smaller than this, be bigger than this, if this makes sense. With the entire outside of the house now complete, we can now head inside and work on the interior. I think the first thing that we are going to do in here is create a dividing wall. So we are going to take this row of terracotta here and extend it just all the way backwards like this. So we are going to create a nice separated 2 rooms. This can actually go all the way up to the very top of the build, as this will be useful to have for the second story of the house. As a matter of fact, we'll cut it off at the roofline just to make it easier to deal with the floor situation, which we are going to handle next. So this small room here, this long hallway, we are going to place oak planks for the entire hallway. So this will extend all the way back like this, and we just want to place it directly on top of the grass. We should also make the entrances into the rooms as well. So if we start here and we count backwards along this wall, we want to count and find the 5th block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we want to remove this block and the one above it just like this. So we are then going to walk into this room. So the first thing that we should probably do in this room is separate it into the living room and the kitchen. So the way that we do this is by placing a row of terracotta extending just behind this door and cutting this area in kind of half. So we want to remove this terracotta block here, place a cyan wall in there instead, and this terracotta block here, place a cyan wall. So we can place a dark oak door here, and we can also place a dark oak door here as well. In this front area, we just want to completely just fill the floor in with cyan wool. And this back area, we want to just completely fill the floor in with stripped birch logs, particularly facing upwards as well. Then we are able to just fill in around the doors here with terracotta, create a wall, and this wall wants to extend up at about this high actually. So this is where the kind of like floor line will be. So just underneath these windows here, we are going to place stripped mangrove wood. And the stripped mangrove wood is going to be the floor that we will use majoritively for Mr. Bean's flat, or Mr. Bean's apartment, if you like, depending upon where you are in the world. But this is going to extend all the way across this large rectangular area here. And as I said, this is most of the flat, just like this. We also want to be able to enter the flat. That is going to be just right at the end here, and we will replace this block in the wall with a same way facing mangrove wood, just like this. So, knowing this, we can actually... So this is where we enter Mr. Bean's flat, right? So we can place a door here, just right at the end. Oak plank here. And then we simply just want to place a set of oak stairs just leading down into the hallway, just like this. And with these stairs, we actually want to place some terracotta along the sides of them, just like this, all the way up. Maybe leaving this block alone, and we can just fill in underneath the stairs as well. So in doing this, I don't know. So this area here is kind of like, will kind of like be a dead area, unless we kind of like create a bit of a sort of like landing, just like this. And maybe even we can extend all of the oak planks forwards as well. So this, yeah, we actually have to do this. We actually have to fill in pretty much all of the floor that we can, leaving enough room so that we can get up and down stairs just like this. So it's actually beneficial to have this floor filled in because we need it for the 2 rooms that are going to be here. So we'll place a row of terracotta here, just extending across the end of the stairs hole, which will give us this small area, which we further want to divide in half with a row of terracotta just like this. And we want to create doorways into these rooms as well. So the doorway here on the right side will be on the right side, and the doorway for the room here on this left side will be in the left side of the room. So we will then replace these blocks here with mangrove, but we actually want to have them face the same way as the rest of the carpet, and you can stick doors on these as well. So that's going to be a kitchen and a bathroom. Very, very teeny tiny. And just whilst we are up here, actually, let's fix the roof situation. So we are going to clean the roof up with rows of upside down mangrove stairs like this where possible. And we also want to raise up these walls now. So we actually have a bunch of doors everywhere, so it's not too hard to navigate the flat. So I just want to break into the... I don't have to break in, I have a key. I want to come back into the flat here, and I'm just going to connect these sides together. So we're going to have to place 2 rows of mangrove planks here so that it doesn't look odd. And then we can have rows of upside down mangrove stairs extending across. We can remove these blocks for the base of the chimney, and we essentially just want to make it look nice. There we go. Doesn't that look way better? And then if we enter these rooms here, and if we once again, if we really should just raise up these walls just like so. And then if we wanted to, we don't even necessarily have to do anything fancy inside of these rooms. What we could do is we could just add some rows of mangrove planks, like leave a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we definitely have enough room. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there we go, just like this. That's perfect. So this actually just reminds me of something that I forgot outside. This is an incredibly minor detail, but it's important to me. So where we have the entrance and the small window above the entrance, we want to follow this line onto the roof and remove this block and replace those blocks with light blue glass. There we go, to create a skylight. Minor detail, I really like it. I'm also realizing how incredibly dark it is everywhere, which I'm not really a fan of, so I'm going to use the command replace air with light, and this is perfect. I wouldn't recommend doing this if you use shaders a lot. It actually looks incredibly unsettling and weirdly unnatural, but in regular Minecraft I think it works quite nicely, and you don't have to use torches and lanterns, and it helps the tutorial stay nice and bright. Anyway, we are just going to finish off these little roof sections here, so we just have to place upside down mangrove stairs just underneath this, like that, and that is actually it. That's all of the roof bits. It would annoy me if I didn't replace underneath this door with oak planks, and also the same with the back door as well. Next, we are going to furnish the hallway. So first of all, right next to the back door, we are going to build up this wall until the wall is as long as this staircase. So in front of the end of this wall, we will have a small side table made using 2 spruce trapdoors with a hanging mangrove sign, or a mangrove hanging sign extending from this wall with a painting above it. So next, we are going to, in this corner, we want to place spruce trapdoors flipped up like this to create another table, with a flower pot on top of it and a fern inside of the flower pot. Then 2 cyan banners hanging down left of this, and left of this, an item frame with a clock inside of it. We then want to create a small rug by removing these 3 rows here and replacing them with brown concrete powder and oak fence like this along the stairs. And this is pretty much all there is to the hallway. Moving into the living room now, we are going to place a terracotta here in this corner and, well, we'll just extend it all the way up to the ceiling. We then want to place a row of 1, 2 smooth quartz next to the terracotta, extend the top across left 2, join it down to the ground, remove this block, and we'll also, you know what, we'll have smooth stone underneath the smooth quartz and a smooth stone here. Place a campfire just in the center. We'll remove the wall in front of the campfire and place iron bars like this. Item frame here, clock here, and then just a bunch of paintings across the back with a flower pot on just either side like this. We then want to place a terracotta left of this to create kind of a faux wall like so. In this corner, we are going to place 2 spruce doors like this. We will then place spruce planks behind these, extending up until they just overhang the top by half a row. We then want to place a warped stair here in this position with warped signs either side of the stair, just like this, with a spruce slab next to it, but in front. We then want to place a TV. So the way that we're going to make a TV, we can kind of just use any block, but the point is that we want to have a solid block, place spruce trapdoors left and right of it, spruce trapdoor connecting in the center, then we need another solid block here that we can completely surround with spruce trapdoors, and then stick a painting in front of the spruce plank. So just like this. And there we have a simple TV. Nice old-fashioned one. You could extend it an additional row to the right, but then it looks far too large. And honestly, I mean, this kind of looks big anyway. Like, it probably might make a bit more sense for it to just be on the floor, but then also not. If you sat in the chair, it's kind of at the right height. Anyway, there is a piano over here against this wall. This is 2 looms like this, with dark oak trapdoors flipped up behind the looms and on the sides, just like so. Perfect. Moving into the last room of the downstairs, the kitchen. So the first thing we will do in here is stick a birch plank in the corner with a block of iron on top, iron bar connecting to the ceiling, and a stone button in front of the iron. Left of this, a cauldron with a trip wire hook above it, a block of iron next to the cauldron with a purple banner in front of it and a flower pot on top. Left of this, a furnace. We then want to place a birch plank followed by a cauldron. So in front of the birch planks, we are going to place birch signs. On top of the furnace, we will place a detector rail, and on top of the cauldron, we will place an oak trapdoor. We can even add some cupboards overhead here as well if you like, and we can further place signs in front of these. Maybe even an additional birch plank here with a birch sign on top as well. And something that I don't actually have on me, it might be a good idea to stick a brewing stand on here. I kind of just impromptu added these cabinets. So all the way on the opposite side of the kitchen, we are going to remove these 2 blocks, place a birch door with a purple banner hanging in front of it. Right of this, a block of iron with a stone pressure plate on top and an item frame in front of it. 3 birch planks extending towards the door with birch buttons in front of the end planks and a birch sign in between them. We then want to place 2 iron trapdoors here above the 2 end cabinets on the wall, and then on this wall we will also place iron trapdoors. However, we want to use birch trapdoors to create the appearance of plates. So I don't know how best to do this. Maybe 1 here and 1 here. There we go. That's perfect. So they look like 2 hanging plates on a rack. And that is the kitchen complete. With the entire downstairs complete, we can now head upstairs and work on the second level. So first of all, I'm just going to place a row of oak fence just along the top of the stairs here. And I think I'm just going to amend that terracotta into an oak plank. It just looks better. In this corner, a blue glazed terracotta with a flower pot on top and a fern inside of the flower pot. We are then just going to head inside of Mr. Bean's flat, and over here in the corner next to the window, we will place an oak stair. Leave a gap of 1, place a double purple bed along the back wall here. We then want to place a table in the form of a spruce plank next to the bed with an end rod and a purple glazed terracotta on top. Leave a gap of 1 and then create a table by placing back-to-back spruce stairs and extend them 1 row forwards, just like this, with an oak stair here and also here, just like so. And then we are then going to place a scaffolding here in this position with a block of iron on top and a painting in front of it. Leave a gap of 2 in front of the scaffolding and place a stone stair. We then want to hang purple banners left and right of this window here. I'm considering if we should also just do it next to this window here as well. Then against this wall, 2 end rods on top of each other with a light blue terracotta on top of the end rods. Here, a bell on the floor with a chain above the bell. We then want to place a block of iron above the chain with an item frame and a clock inside of it. We then want to place spruce trapdoors around the outside of all of our blocks, the bell, the chains, the block of iron on top of it. You guys can see what we're doing here. And then lastly, a backwards placed spruce door in front of the chain and bell. Then, just moving across here, we are going to place a row of bookshelves extending up next to this door. The bottom row would probably better be served as oak planks, and then we want to place stone buttons in front of these planks and oak slabs on top. And then, on this wall here, we are going to place 2 back-to-back spruce doors. I don't know why they haven't. There we go. Now they match. 2 back-to-back spruce doors like this with armor stands inside. And we then want to build up spruce trapdoors left and right of these doors like this with spruce slabs across the top. Next, we just have to furnish the 2 remaining rooms. The first one over here on the right is a kitchen. We want to stack 2 iron blocks on top of each other with stone buttons in front. We then want to place a furnace next to this with 2 birch planks extending across to the wall, brewing stand on 1 block, flower pot on the other, birch sign in front of one, a button in front of the other, and then we want to stack birch planks here with birch buttons across the top. Maybe we can even add a birch sign in the middle instead, like this for cupboards. Now, it's a really small space. Mr. Bean's kitchen is actually far larger than this, but we don't have much room, guys. So, lastly, we have the bathroom. In the bathroom, we have a bath. So this is just 2 smooth quartz stairs here, just in this corner, with a tripwire hook on this wall and a flower pot here, with end rods just above this. We then want to leave a gap of 1, cauldron here, spruce trapdoor on top, upside down smooth quartz here, and then a tripwire hook above the upside down smooth quartz stair. And there we go, that is the bathroom. I do want to once again point out the bathroom would of course be much larger than this, and we are missing I believe a closet and like a fireplace and what have you, but there's no room to put everything, guys. The room's too small and we can't make it bigger without it looking weird. And that is this tutorial 100% completely finished, ladies and gentlemen. However, this video is not over. We must now take Mr. Bean the animated series house, I don't know why I added that bit, and add it into our city. Do I even have to tell you guys where the house is going at this point? I cannot stop working on my new suburbs. It's gotta be in here. I think that we're gonna add it to the end of the row of small suburban houses that we made recently. I think that will make a fine addition. I always like adding fun houses into my little house rows, and this is just perfect for that. And that is that, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope that you have enjoyed this video. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. If you would like to make anything else by me, please check the description below for the mini city builds playlist. We have over 100 builds in there for you to enjoy. Alternatively, the sidebar, hopefully the next upcoming video, YouTube, or just check the channel. Consider becoming a channel member today and you will gain access to a cool avatar next to your name, some unique emojis, and access to my mini city design world containing every single build that has been added to Mini City to date. This is well over 100 builds, all chronologically ordered, Java edition only. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.